I don't really have any candy today. Fuck that, man. I paid to have these false teeth. I'm gonna eat all the fucking candy I want, man. I'm gonna eat candy till I lose some toes. Like, Reese's Pieces is probably the health food of all candy. It's not really candy. It's like a very tiny bit of peanut butter with a crust.
Tape.
Like I never liked peanut butter cereal. Like, you know, they have berries,
Crunch,
and peanut butter crunch, and I'd be like, yeah, I am a crunch berry man. Got me helping get in the Air Force. But the peanut crunch berry with the elephant, if I'm not mistaken, is the elephant on the ship somehow? I did not like peanut butter flavored cereals. It has to cross the board. It doesn't have to be, you know, peanut crunch. It can be any kind of peanut butter flavored cereal. I think that's, yeah, I'm not into that though. At least I wasn't. And maybe I am now. Your taste buds change. The older you get, the more rotten things you like.
Appreciate you sharing that.
Information about this thing. Hold it. You don't understand. I can't believe they say, oh, there's no password, there's no user ID. Hold it. I'm sick of computer shit. I really am. That's ridiculous. It's out of line. I'm about ready to blow it up. You're completely out of line and don't know it. I'm tired of it. You don't realize how far out of line you are. I'm so over this computer goddamn shit. You know, I can't seem to get this into your head, see? I am like ready to blow it up. This is all ridiculous. You're out of line. Every goddamn thing around. You're completely out of line in every way. How many faults do I have to find with you?
Castrating homes on an Iowa farm. Castrating homes on an Iowa farm. That person needs to be fired. Pump up the volume.
Dr. Fox, what is the scientific name for prop?
Grabula Diplops.
Is it? Palooza, isn't it? Froplopalooza? A
Froppalooza.
Big Bang Boom?
Froppalooza.
Yeah,
The great countryside of. It's where the kids.
Frapcella.
I don't want to go to Frapcella.
They're using unsourced baloney as shoe leather.
Just sort of that mainstream
It's that.
pinko kind prop, you know. It's mostly filler, you know, like circus animals and stuff like that. You ever huff the toenails of a Vietnamese tiger?
I mean, today?
That's what makes the spring rolls so good.
I heard it tastes good because of the Snicker labor.
It's as cheap as free.
Oh, it's officially show.
Broadcasting live from the future capital of America's California, this is time for the show, your weekly Hypercubist radio OTA updates, including all the psychoustic firmware that your supple cheeks can handle. I'm Dr. Fox, your host and Journeyman Supreme, along with everybody's favorite Taco Supreme, all the way from the land of mysticism and one-armed bandits. It's Reverend Peace. That's the button, right?
Yeah, it's funny. It's
That
funny
did it.
because my mind always gets when you
That one
say
did it.
from the land of, and I expect you to say the land of id, and I'm getting ready to correct you, but then you say like land of Mystery Island or something like that, and that's like, wow, that's really cool. But Dr. Fox, what a pleasure it is to spend this spectacular fourth solar revolutionary celebration of time for the show.
Yes, that's right. We're here.
It's great.
We're somewhat audible. Get used to it. I feel like I got a splinter. It's my favorite part of the show. I feel like I have a splinter. That hurts. Like it's really
Let me
distracting.
see.
I don't think I can do the show anymore. I think I just. I tried. I showed up. I think that's the least that I'm obligated to do, right? I don't know. This is
lot of good show planned for tonight.
Oh, that's
not
good.
the
You
way it
carry
goes.
us then. I need that. I'm standing up tonight, and the lights
Why?
are on. This is
Why, pray tell?
mainly so you could hear me in the microphone. I'm
It's not
tired
'cause you're
of
doing that.
leaning forward. That's why.
You're not that guy at the
Actually
office
easier
that's
to
got
do
the
this.
stand-up
This
desk, right?
is nice. This is how you do it in professional radio. They all do it standing and naked. It helps the acoustics. No jingling
Well-
car keys, you know.
We're all naked on stage.
So I was naked on stage. Actually, I think it was one of the first times that. Well,
On purpose?
Sid Chuli always wears a lot more clothing than any of us, so he was in his element, even down to what he was in. That's it. That's all I have on that. What else did you
I
have?
remember that time the three of us met Gandhi. Remember the three of us, you, me, and Fitchuli met Gandhi, and Gandhi's like, Jesus, could this big guy tone it down a little bit? You know, so
He's really preachy. I'm gonna enjoy a show beer tonight. Look at that. It's in a tall can. I'm gonna open
what's
it
the
up.
flavor of the beer that you're drinking?
It is.
Oh, you can't say it.
It's cold. It's a cold beer. I guess it's a lager flavor. It's premium lager. You can tell because it's in a tall, skinny can. And this is what the primos.
Is that
drink.
black tape you put on it to
No,
be
that's
identified?
naturally there. In fact, when a lot of people hear that I'm purchasing their products, they usually just send me some with their logo blacked out intentionally. A lot of cereal like that. If you need any cereal, let me know. I got cereal senders.
Okay, peanut butter flavored
Super
cereal.
secret
Not a fan of that kind.
shrinking cereal senders.
They used to have a peanut butter crunch. I think Elephant was running that ship. But
Why is that?
I'm not a fan of the peanut. Well, I just don't like peanut butter flavored cereals. I prefer Trix, even though they're for kids. I like the Captain Crunch berries.
What's
as
your
well,
favorite
though.
flavor of Trix? Do you like the nanas or the berries?
I think that was a mistake.
Bananas
I
or the
think when they
berries?
started they added flavors, and I think when they went from just the regular round ball to the fruit shapes, that those were tactical errors on the Trix team.
When were they not just fruit shapes? Was
They used to be round little balls like Kicks, but colored.
And so it was just like it was like a Trix on you, because you thought you were because
I mean,
Kicks.
just like round
Kicks
balls.
is an American cereal. That is what real kids in America eat, is Kicks. Because there's nothing like a mouthful of balls that sticks to the roof of your mouth. I said
I
mouth
like Kicks,
twice.
man. You didn't like Kicks cereal?
Well, I mean, by the time I was eating Chillin's cereal, you know, which I would think that I am a connoisseur of, because if there's anything that my teeth have taught me, it's that I know my way around sugar. And yeah, I had all the most fantastic cereals, the stuff that turned your milk green, and stuff with like hallucinogenic flavored marshmallows, or
We invented all that in my age.
yeah, when General Mills was still serving, there was an act of war, right?
Yeah, well, see, here's my thing. There's a lot of cereals that I really wanted to like a lot more than the cereal would deserve. Like, there's a cereal, it still comes out now and then, called Quisp. And it was like little flying saucers, and it had this little alien mascot, and it was super cool, but the cereal was like, it would cut the top of your mouth, it was too fucking sugary, and it wasn't very good cereal. I find myself, it's such great marketing though, I find myself to this day, if I see Quisp, knowing that it'll hurt me in the long run, I'll buy a box because I like that little green alien. There was another cereal that it gave little things, and it was called Freakies. And of course, this is like the early 70s.
That's what
and
you
the
would get
cereal
from
was
eating
like
it, right? You get a case of the Freakies.
And-
That's when
No,
like
you
all the
would get
kids
this
on the
cereal,
bus at like
Freakies.
5 in the morning are like jonesing. Oh,
Dr.
check it
Fox,
out,
they had
dude. Jerry's
freaks inside.
freaking.
They had little freaks inside the box of cereal, and I would buy the box. I didn't like the cereal at all, but I would buy the boxes of cereal, hoping to get a complete set of freakies. And you know, I never really did. To this day, I should look on eBay. I would buy that set of freakies right now.
You would buy toys from a cereal box. If you just ate more cereal.
From 50 years ago, dude.
The only reason I
That's
know
what
about
makes it valuable.
Quisp is because of oh man, what was that? It was a cartoon that I remember. Commander Bleep. One of those. I think there was an advertisement for a Quisp cereal.
Yeah.
Because that's what you want in the
It's a
morning
cool
is
cereal.
a speech impediment. I'd like a nice bowl of verbal facsimile, please. If you can't
Even when that cereal
stay
is
out the
soggy,
way with a bowl of Quisp. Do you ever notice
Even when
that?
it's
Like back in
soggy.
the day, speech impediments were like that was big money. Like
That was
Looney
big comedy back
Tunes and like Bugs Bunny and like
if you could do a
Merry
couple of speech
Melodies
impediments,
and like
if you could do a speech impediment,
Foxy
yeah,
Fox.
career, lifetime.
Bosco, the
Papa and Succotash.
is that
It was funny because it was animals that had the speech impediments, though. I think it was funnier because the animals had the speech impediments, like Sylvester the Putty Cat, and you're like, well, he's lucky he can talk at all. So if he talks with a little, speech impediment, we're okay with that. And Foghorn Leghorn obviously got a stutter, but he's a chicken. He's a rooster. So the fact again that he can speak at all says that's fine. We'll put up with the stutter. Now,
how did Foghorn Leghorn
Elmer's
sound?
blood. I say, sir. I said. That's Foghorn Leghorn.
It's
dude.
easier when you have like a book of just goofy shit to read in front of you. That's the thing about being a voice actor. All the hard stuff's done for you. They just hand you a piece of paper and you read it into a microphone.
I don't know. I
You don't
used
even have
to
to
think
write
that I created a character. No, but I created some characters like Scoops, McNews guy and stuff. And I'll tell you, it's hard to stay in the voice of one guy.
Jamaican man,
That's right.
Android Jim.
Jim Macon.
Jim Macon.
Boy, there's
Yeah, I forgot about that one.
Jim Macon.
I miss
Good
Jim Macon
guy.
with the weather. Maybe we can have Jim
Him
Macon
and
do
Scoops
the
are
weather.
roommates. Oh, man, it's gonna rain so fucking hard, man. I don't think that's now. Listen, I read on the Facebook that what I just did is called verbal blackface, and it's wrong.
Is that all you've learned on Facebook this week?
No, I don't know. I learned some disturbing things as well, but let's just focus on that one. So, do you think, because I'm seeing this a lot now, in the olden days, they say, well, it was all old white comedians. That's all there was. It's not our fault.
When
You
was
do
those
voices,
days?
even,
Like vaudeville?
what year is it?
When people were doing tumbles out on
let's go way
stage?
back to, let's go way back to 2007.
Back when Mo Howard was slapping Jerome Horowitz on the back of the head? That?
Well, no, I'm just saying that Mel Brooks and the guy that wrote
I'm sure Mel Brooks
All in the Family.
invented vaudeville. Because he is that old. He is that old. Just is now. He can have that. The sheriff's an actor! Well, I guess it's time for my favorite part of the show! It's Cube News, all the news.
Cube News!
And well, earlier, we were talking about stuff, and that was me and Pease. It wasn't you and I. You and I weren't talking, but Pease and I were talking about you a little bit. But you're good. You're good. But Pease told me in the most subtle way that he should deliver like important news pertaining to me. And then he told me that he would tell me why later. So I'm gonna let Pease tell you the news, which that could take the rest of the show. So in case there is time, then he's going to tell me why he should be the one to do that, because I was very interested in that part of our conversation that got cut short.
Well,
for you.
What I said was, I think that this announcement, it's an easier announcement for you to make and make good on and come through on than it would be for me. Because for me, it would be a much bigger deal, just because of many factors that you and perhaps potentially and almost positively the listening and viewing audience would also not be clued to. But I'll get into that because people don't appreciate the piece. People don't appreciate what the piece does. But people, I browse through all the church documentation that's on multimedia on a daily basis. I don't want to do it. It's my job. And so I sort through all this stuff, and Dr. Fox, who does not participate in social media outside of perhaps some interaction in Discord, very much in mainstream Facebook activities. He goes from time to time to check things out. We do have Hypercube Laboratory experiments going on involving social media that he, as a doctor, of course, has to go and examine all stuff. But I noticed in what would most people would not realize, such a rare Dr. I wish I had it in front of me, but I'm not allowed to look at Facebook while I'm doing radio anymore. That's what they said. But what it says, he is making a return to open mic night. Now, on the surface, that doesn't seem like a lot of action to go on, okay? What could that mean? Maybe Dr. Fox is a singer-songwriter and we don't know about it, and he has a set of acoustic stuff that he's written during COVID, and he's going to the folk open mic, and he's going to ballad the masses with his wonderful lyrics. But I don't think that's what he meant, folks. I don't think that's what he meant. And Dr. Fox, as we all know, is an accomplished musician of the electrical nature, and fronted many bands and whatnot, and performed at clubs throughout the land. So there's been no reason for him to do any kind of that thing on an open mic night. But Dr. Fox does consider himself a serious actor on top of everything else that he does. It's quite possible that this is some kind of Shakespearean reading of some kind, but I doubt it, only because I don't think that's an open mic situation. You walk up and go, yeah, I'm going to do Macbeth, scene 3, from this part. And then go do it. So I don't think it could be that. But I suspect that Dr. Fox is the most ancient art form. After prostitution, there was the funny guy who made people laugh while he stole the extra piece of chicken. Dr. Fox is talking about doing open mic at a comedy club and maintaining a hard 5.
I will tell you that I got more laughs than prostituting.
Is that correct? Was my assumption of your multimedia post on the Facebook correct, sir?
That is what's happening. I was having a very heated meeting last night with a group of shady investors, and
I was supposed to go to that.
Yeah, you missed out. Well, that's why the good guys showed up. And we gotta do some things here, not just at Hypercube, but you too. You have a lot to do, and some people out there they're helping, air quotes, but as for me, I'm here at the ship and I'm steering, and it's been 4 years of doing this show, and I don't know what else to do at this point, and so it's time to go back out. And tomorrow night and Wednesday night, I'm supposed to go to 2 open mics and do my 5 minutes. Now,
Hard 5.
I haven't done that in a long time, and there's so many different elements to going to an open mic, and what kind of an open mic, and the people that go. But it's important, if you want to grow, to do it. And some people just show up, they're like, oh, I wrote my poem, and I thought I would read everyone my poem about how the system
in the grocery
is
store
disrupted, and our children, and the love, and the children, and the love, and they want to just get their crap out there. And then there's other people that go in and they're honing up. It's the grindstone. I've been yelling to an empty room for quite a while now. I really do miss when we had an audience here at the show, because we would have people laughing and I could hear them. Usually they were talking about something funny while I was doing the show, but it still helped. And it's been really tough. You talk about an echo chamber. I'm in a sub-basement yelling at myself every week, and for a lot longer than an hour. So yeah, I gotta go back out. I gotta do the thing. I haven't done an open mic since I had the band.
So what's your opener? Let's hear it.
Okay, you ready? What's worse than AIDS? Beads.
Oh, that was the joke.
That was the joke.
You know what you ought to do. Oh, you know what to do. It's a good opener. It's a good opener. You got a foundation there. Now here's the thing though. Here's the thing. This is why, I'm very proud of you, as you know. I am a Fox fan. Maybe that Fox's fans. I think I tried to use that one. You didn't like it, so we.
I haven't heard
but
that
I'm
one.
Still the
charter. Every team name you've given me, it starts with Argus. Like there's Chulies and Cosmax Commandos and Peas'
I'm gonna go with Fox's fuckers
pissers,
now.
And Argus's adjunctators. Argus's community volunteers.
I wished on my best day I'd come up with Argus agitators. I wish that I'd come up with that.
Okay, whichever. That one sounds good too.
People would riot in the street. Who are we? Agitators! Who do we want to be like? Argus!
If you want to be like me,
have 2 groups.
Just start
you
agitating.
Could have Argus's agitators and Fox's fuckers. You got 2 groups, man.
I got the pocket space for them. What am I gonna wear tomorrow, Peas? Should I go in all?
2 ways to go.
Just maybe just like a wife beater and some board shorts.
No.
Dressed to the nines, full tux.
Well, I was gonna say there's a couple ways you can go. You can go with the formal wear. You can go with the bro look. The bra, You
could sew some popped collars to my popped collars.
I think, because it hasn't been done in a while.
You shouldn't do that, Peas.
Well, exactly. But if I wasn't thinking, I would suggest that you go in a clergy frock. Don't do one religious joke the entire time. Don't explain it. Don't say anything about it. Just wear the fucking collar and do your regular act, and that's it. And it becomes not the first time, maybe not by Wednesday night, but by next Tuesday, pretty soon, people are like thinking, oh, what's the religious thing? And you never ever do a religious thing unless it's a Bob thing, and don't even mention it's religion. It's like your uncle. Yeah, my Uncle Bob's a salesman.
Yeah, I think the last thing I would need to do is make any jokes about Bob, because he's universally known. Isn't it great that
he's on the
Church of the Subgenius is simultaneously famous and unfamous? I don't even know the word for it. Just
it is. Listen,
sequestered from the world.
Nothing to get a blank look from a crowd of people.
I'm used to that. Have you ever seen anybody bomb? I'm good at it.
No, I think you'll be fine. I think you'll be fine. I'm very proud of you. I'm very excited for you, and I'm a little bit envious. And of course,
you're
there's a story to that, and that's why I think.
But I don't get that. Why would you be envious? Like, anybody can go to an open mic.
Yeah, they can. But there is a thing, and we've talked about this before. There's a bravery that is involved in going in front of an audience. And one of the reasons that I became a subgenius was trying to circumvent that fear of doing that. And so far it seems to only have worked with subgenius audiences. But what I mean by why I thought it would be easier for you to make this announcement than me is because you are very charismatic, and you have a great stage presence, and you have been on stage many times in many different capacities.
Yeah.
Okay? Have a familiarity with how audiences behave. You have some skill sets that a lot of people don't have in being able to read certain situations and all that kind of stuff. And not just from your own experience, but the observation of other people that are in your avant-garde little art commune that you got going on there in the former Spanish, former capital of the Spanish Empire, Orlando area. Now, for me, I have, since I've been about 20 years old, wanted to do stand-up. And I've done many things in my life to try to facilitate that. One is, I worked on being funny. That's still out whether that worked or not. But I had a fear of going on stage and getting the crickets and nobody getting the mind of who at that time was Frank Flanagan, okay? So I did this whole elaborate thing after seeing Penn and Teller perform once, where I started doing magic. And I spent hours and hours and hours practicing magic, and we've talked about this in the past, how much you hate magicians because they're liars and whatnot.
I don't
But
trust
I
them.
would do magic. I know you don't trust them, but I would do magic at parties with lots of people and all that shit, and with comedy magic, because if my jokes didn't work, many times I would be satisfied with the fact, well, he didn't know how I fucking did that, so fuck that guy anyway. So I had a backup fuck you, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems like I need like a fuck you to have the ego strength to do that. So you skip forward many years, me continuing to be a funny guy. If I know you, I can make you laugh because I know you. And I've explained to people, you should go on do open mics and all that stuff. And I've explained to people many times, there's a difference between being funny with people that you know something about and going up on a stage and being funny to strangers. One involves the knowledge of, hey, I know this guy, slipped on the ice 3 years ago, and being able to make a funny anecdote about that. The other one involves having material or a path that you're going to go with something that you're trying to get across and be able to stick with that, whether it works or not, or pivot from it with something else that you've also prepared yourself for. That's not, as you know from doing a show with me for 4 years, I'm kind of a more spontaneous person. and writing things down and having a structured thing like that, I'm not very good at, or I'm lazy at. It depends on how you want to look at it.
I'm lazy at it.
Honest with myself.
That's why
Yeah,
I
you
haven't,
do
that's
it,
why I
though. You
haven't
do it,
gone
though.
out. That's why I haven't gone
But you
out
do it,
because
though.
I have not been preparing. I have not
But here's
been
the thing.
preparing.
I used the magic thing for a long time. I don't do it. I met my wife at a comedy club because I was going to that club every show they had because I was going to go up there. And I would heckle people, and this is bad. I wouldn't heckle them bad. I would do funny heckling where they'd get their joke out there, and then I might do a different punchline, and then everyone would laugh together. I'm sure they hated me. But they used to tell me at the club, why don't you come on and do open mic night? And I like, then I get married and have kids, and
do
I
you know
don't
what the
do
crowd in an open mic hates more than anything? A
Not me.
joke. They can't stand them because open mic crowds are all just other comedians. It's all everybody. It's all everybody waiting to go up, or they've already gone up.
Not the places I've been. There's a group of that, but you have, say you got 5-10 people going on, and that's with the MC. You got a good MC and all that stuff. That's 2 hours right there.
Solid 2.
So that's not that many people. You have a club full of like 50 or 60 people. They're not all waiting to go on. Don't fool yourself with that, man. There's people. There's scouts all the time.
I doubt
There's
I'll be
comedy
going
scouts.
into any clubs with 50 or 60 people.
There's comedy scouts out there, Fox. It's just like baseball. You could go out there tomorrow night, and a comedy scout from the New York teams could see you, and next thing you know, you're in the big leagues. Pease is doing the show by himself, sadly. But anyway, I still have yet to. I became a sub-genius to get over that, to be able to perform with people, and that's why I became Pease. And yet, I have still not done the open mic thing. Maybe your open micness will inspire me to go do something here. But it would mean having a couple of things to go up there with, like an opener, and a couple of things to go with, and then skip off that. And I don't know. I'm still scared. Are you gonna have Aster there? Are you gonna do it by yourself? You've done it before, though.
She's gonna be at home with the kid, and I'm going to go out to a bar twice this week, and I guess just ramble, just prattle and ramble. If anything, I just need to get used to talking on the microphone again in front of a crowd of people. Now, I have vowed that when I build a house, I am going to build my stand-up dojo. I'm going to lay a wall brick by brick. Because if there's one thing I know about doing stand-up or anything on stage, you have one support. One thing supports you throughout the entire act. It is not your mojo, your charisma, the MC, and it definitely isn't the sound guy, and it's never the audience. It's that wall. That wall is all you've got. It is your best friend. It will provide you all of the support that it can muster.
You can lean on it. You can lean on it.
That's it. That's all you've got is that wall. And
integrated.
It feels different already just being up and doing the show. It's easier to talk. Are you gonna record it so I can listen to it? I'm gonna try and record it. I'll be the only person there, and won't that be great when I hand somebody my phone and go, "Hey, I need you to record me, please." So I need to.
That's why you need a handheld recorder. That's why I told you I had to have a handheld recorder.
I might have something. No.
God damn.
But I can probably put my phone in my pocket and just record audio then. That's all you really need. I can usually have it down on a stool.
There's a stool, and you can put the phone next to your water and hit the red button.
I don't even think I get a water. They don't give you anything for doing open mic.
No, but you could bring your own water up there. I'm sure that they allow outside water.
BYO water, yeah.
You get turned away.
That's where I am in this world. But there's people doing podcasts that are going out on tour and they're making money and doing stuff. It was like, well, that'd be nice, but I'm not gonna get any closer to doing that if I don't do something. I have to go out. I have to do this. I have to, because I like to think that I've got some things going for me, but they're very minimal, and it's not enough.
Handsome.
It's not enough. The man cannot live on handsomeness alone, Peas. That's in the Bible.
Have you thought about?
No, I haven't. I thought we had figured that out by
real
now.
long, like a Fu Manchu mustache. I think would look good with
The
you.
last
With the
time I
freestyle
did
stuff.
stand-up comedy, I did have a handlebar mustache, a waxed
Oh.
handlebar mustache. I looked like a crazed magician.
You should do
Or
some like
rapist.
waxed beard thing, like a Munchkin from Wizard of Oz. Just like that.
Yeah, because I won't
And you
say
can do, like,
anything
a little
funny.
dance.
That's one thing I've noticed about, you go out to open mics and you look around and it looks like there's some comedians there. It very seldom sounds like it, but it looks like somebody there could be funny. And that would be
'Cause that's
nice,
what
to get
these
up
look
on
like.
stage and tell people something they haven't heard in a while. A joke.
Did you talk to Reverend
I
Hayden?
hate open mic. It's the
Maybe-
worst, especially
That's
mixed
the best.
bag. When you have the singer-songwriter guy come up, and then you have the free-form poetry come up, and then you have the interpretive dance come up, and then you have the comedian. So the crowd is either dying for something to enjoy, or you are totally off from that. So luckily this should be easy. I believe both of these are comedy open mics. And I don't know what to expect, but I usually hate being there and being around some of those people. Not everybody at an open mic is an insufferable douchebag, but most of them are. The rest are people that came
made
to
some
see
friends.
it. Oh, those kinds of people. Hey, what are you doing Tuesday night at 8:30? Nothing. Would you like to go down to an empty bar and watch a bunch of people suffer? Okay. That's what you got to deal with.
Said no one.
And you're
never.
already a
That's-
chief offender. You're saying that you went out and you heckled, and they said, "Well, why don't you get up here?" And you never got up there. I have gotten up there. I've gotten up there a
That's what I
lot.
said. Hey! Hey! I said it would be harder for me, and I gave you a big whole slew of compliments for my clock says 6.25 minutes. About how fucking proud and brave I am. And wow, good for you, Fox. I wished the Peas, had the balls to do that, but I don't. And we also have had many conversations in the past about people talking about doing shit, and they don't. And here you are doing shit. So I agree, but I will not stand by and have you
You're sitting.
malign
I'm
the audience of an open mic night and give this audience the pretense that the people going to that have called each other up and said, "Hey, would you like to go see some human beings suffer? Let's go to this place." Because that's not how it is. I went and had good times, and I spent money for it, and I was trying to learn how to do it, but I saw other people there going and having good times. I know comedy clubs, they have open mics, and you still got to be able to, this. It's not, it is and it isn't an open mic. It's like Tuesday night, but if you've been there a couple times before and sucked and you don't have anything different, you don't get a spot there anymore. Somebody else gets it. So I think that,
you
one
go
that you
last.
do very well. I think you do very, very well, but I also think you got to stop thinking that the people there are against you before you go on stage, because that's the mind killer. I saw this movie called Doom, and they're all in the desert and they're fighting these Wingless Dragons or something?
Yeah, I played that game.
Yeah.
Super Shotgun.
I got dysentery. But I think you're going to be doing it. I think you should just put the thing on the little chair there and you should record it. Then give it to me, and anything that's good in it, I'll steal. You know that going right into it. But I'll do it on this coast.
Once I hear something I've said back to me, that it was good.
I'll do it here on the radio. I'll do it right here on the radio. I have many times in the past. But just saying, if I steal some of the stuff, I'm doing it way out here in Las Vegas, so there shouldn't be any conflict.
It's scary. I don't want to do it.
Then do it anyway. Now you have to do it.
I have to, because if I don't now, I look like a big pussy. And
it'll affect you.
But then again, nothing's funnier than a big pussy.
Doesn't matter what you look like to other people. That's not important. What matters is
what you represent, right?
No. It's when you. What matters is about you.
I emanate the aura of a coward.
Even though it's hard, but you said, "Oh, I'm going to do this," and you go do it anyway because it was hard. That's some kind of delayed reward response, but a benefit will come from that, because most people will say, "Oh, I want to do," like me here. I'm most people. "Oh, I should do this. I want to do it. I know it would be better for my art. I'm going to do it," and then I don't do it. So the inverse of what I have is, because I haven't done it, is on the one hand, I get to hold on to my dream of I could have been a contender. Okay. On the other hand, I have another internal self-dialogue that says, well, you're not disciplined, you suck, you can't even fucking do open mic night, why are you fooling yourself, you can't even do Scoops McNews guy for more than 30 seconds. And that builds up into being a big monster. You're fighting your monster and not letting him get big and giant. My monster's like 40 fucking years old, dude. You're going to go and do it tomorrow, and regardless of whether you fucking get a movie deal or you bomb, you will have done it, and you have proven it to yourself. You can go up there and do it.
I think the right way to go in is to not expect anything other than bombing. That way, set the bar for you. Doesn't mean don't try, but do your best and expect nothing. That's the best way to do it. Be prepared for no laughs from an empty room. And
could be 1,000 people there.
And so it can only go up. My expectations can only be exceeded, overshadowed by the reality of the event. But be prepared to totally fucking suck. And I'm new, so it's going to be exactly like what you said. There's going to be people that go every week, and the new guy usually is like, well, yeah, you can go on. You want to go first? I've gotten asked that a lot. If you're willing to go first, you'll always go on. And there's a great spot about being first, because after that, every laugh the audience gives, they owe to that first person for getting up there and even doing it, because everyone else wanted to wait. The last place I did comedy, it was in a theater, and that was tremendous, because it was a room of people sitting down and looking at a stage. There were a few hundred people there for an open mic. It was incredible, and I did well. I used a lot of the same jokes that I'll probably use tomorrow, but I had a good time, and that was 7 years ago. That was 7 years ago. Now since then, I went back up on stage, and I had the band, and I was on stage earlier this year with the band. So I've been doing some of them. We did X Day, and I do the show every week. So I feel a lot more confident. I'm definitely used to performing to nobody fucking listening.
Stop like the bull.
But I expect that there will be a couple of people there. The both places I'm going to are relatively small. I would say you could probably max out. The place that I'm doing comedy at tomorrow is where I held the Satanic Invocation a couple of years ago when I led a satanic black mass. And I did that just to get off my checklist. But yeah, audience, that was great. They were spooked. It was nice. Katanen legume. But yeah, it's goofy. Yeah, I got one of those too. I got one on my back because I've been on my back all week. I was getting fucked by some virus. Did you pop it?
No, it won't, and it hurts. I think it's infected.
Yeah, I don't know. My thumb still hurts. I wasn't joking at the beginning. Like I feel like I've got like a sliver underneath my my nail. I think we're both falling up. These are bad omens, Peas. Do you see that we're receiving pain? You've got you're suffering from pestilence.
Yeah.
You might have a bot fly in there, Peas. You might need to go in there with a little bit of candle wax and some Viet Cong tweezers.
I thought it was chafing from the armrest in my truck because I went to Utah because there's like the other day there's like 2 or 3 little tiny pimples there, but now it's this one big bump with a scab on it. I think it's MRSA.
Oh, that's what those kids listen to in their headphones, right?
Yeah, rap music.
It's big now.
It's a good band.
Gotten in on any of that mumblecore? I bet you that's good for blasting in the Jeep going through Los Tajos.
No, I'm mostly in the snicker rock.
My main man, DJ Snickerdoodle, he's a mumblecore artist.
He's a stone cold snicker.
My Jeep. You like that one? Lean in my Jeep. It's about drinking Jolly Ranchers and codeine while off-roading.
Yeah.
Leaning in my Jeep.
Don't use that tomorrow. I don't think that'll work.
No? You don't think that'll get me a couple of laughs or giggles? No guffaws, no hearty guffaws? Will it get me a snicker? Where are my Snickers at?
Might get you a house snicker.
A house snicker? That's where the whole room snickers. Cause I just want to know where my Snickers at.
Snicker, get a house snicker.
Tomorrow night, I'm gonna be the head snickerer in charge. You know, that's where it's gonna be.
Can a snicker get a glass of water?
And a Newport. See, I'm choking already. How am I supposed to do this on a stage?
Yeah. Don't worry
Comedy
about this
is
bunch of
murder.
Snickers
Comedy is murder, and it should be outlawed. I am a victim. I am a victim of comedy.
You're awesome.
I'm a victim of comedy. And I'm
going to
stand for it.
And they love you.
I got a bad neck. I'm scared.
I can see one of the Snickers looking at the other Snicker and saying, "Hey, did you see that white boy? That made me snicker." So, yo, Snicker, he did.
You're my Snicker Peas.
Look how we did that. That was graceful.
Yeah, we did it. Teamwork.
See, I would have been a house Snicker.
Would have been. I think you're just a house.
That's the point. That's the point. That's the point I was making earlier. Is that you're out there in the field getting Snickers, and I'm here in the house. I'm a house Snicker, and you're a field Snicker.
Yeah, like I said, I don't want to go out there tomorrow.
I think
that's what it's good. I'm gonna lose that. This is where it's been so nice, because I'm safe here in my echo chamber, in my safe space that I've built for myself. Everyone's like, "You're racist. You're sexist. You're a fascist." So I said, "Okay, I'm gonna go sit in my own little box, and I will yell at myself." And anybody
Design
that
my
wants to
flags
listen,
and
they can
uniforms.
listen. So now I've got to go back out into their element. I don't have one Kyle Rittenhouse joke yet.
I'll show them I'm not a fascist. I'll go in my cellar and do my radio show while I design military uniforms and flags. Would a fascist do that? They would not, my snicker.
We're taking it back.
We're taking the word snicker back, goddammit.
And
No more
Butterface.
laughing. There's only snickers from now on. Everything is a snicker. I don't want to hear laughs or guffaws. I only want snickers. And
Well,
if
what
you're at
up,
a
my
comedy
Twizzler?
club and somebody's laughing, I want you to turn to them and say, "Yo, snicker. Let's hear some snickers."
Where my Snickers at, yo?
Yeah.
Where all
Can
the-
a snicker get a glass of
Where
water?
all the white Snickers at? Belly up to that bar, get me a couple Snickers. Get that Snicker
White
over there a drink too.
White people can't snicker.
You're right, that's not allowed. I'm actually gonna I have to de-snicker myself right now.
They wouldn't get these urban jokes anyway.
Yeah, because I'm in a weird place. You know, I'm in like a city. I'm in a very populated area. I'm in one of the most populated areas in the country.
Snickers. It's full of Snickers,
It's
dude.
full of Snickers.
There's lots of guys. There's lots of comedians out there. They got no Snickers anywhere around, and it hurts their craft. You're gonna have a room full of Snickers tomorrow, and they are gonna snicker their ass off.
I'm gonna crack them Snickers.
I can crack that whip.
I'm gonna doodle on them.
If a problem comes along and there are no Snickers, you must whip it good, and then you'll get Snickers, man. You'll get some lively Snickers.
Like I was
You'll
hoping
get
that
some
we were gonna
lively Snickers jumping around and stuff.
See the cable falling, isn't that cool? It's a special effect.
That's God
It's special.
punishing us.
It's really special.
I had some glow sticks in Bob's pipe tonight.
Yeah. What's Bob? Is he radiating a healthy glow stick?
Well, they were purple and yellow glow sticks, and I thought maybe they would be the stars that shoot out of the frop. And then that got me to thinking, what was the scientific name for frop? Because we all say frop because we can't say what the real name was that's in the book. And I think that you know how to say that name, though, don't you? What is the scientific book of learned name for frop that we all bastardize and just call frop? But it's actually called Fropalicious or Fropchopula or something.
Frupple Snugglepuss, and it's available at your local Target this holiday season. It's time for my favorite part of the show! It's Proving Grounds, where we go through today's juiciest headlines and try to come up with something as quickly as possible. And if we can't, then we sit here in silence and shame. Join us, won't you? Coming
is
over
the
from
time
the
to act like a
producer's
snicker.
booth, it's Aster 6 with this week's Nick headlines. Aster 6, what you got?
All right, so we've got a Virginia student who was suspended for riding his horse at school in the classroom.
Amish home economics student fails miserably. That's all I got. Riding a horse to
I
school
didn't
in
hear that.
Virginia sounds pretty natural.
Yeah, but then
It
came
sounds like
to
something you do.
water at the science table.
Say what?
He brought it in.
He brought it in. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, so you can lead horse to the fumigation booth, but you can't make him leave. Okay. Horse apples.
There's my snicker for the night.
There's one Snicker.
All right.
Why is everybody snickering at me?
A waterfall in Hawaii
Oh.
has been found to smell like beer.
Tourist toilet above waterfall suddenly broken.
makes the most sense to me. I was just. I don't. Can I get away with a drunk Hawaiian joke?
Sure.
Okay,
No
we'll come
problem.
back to it. We'll come back to it. The bounty hunter. All right, what else we got?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Go.
I'm trying to figure out where this took place. Some recent art fag show. Brass Against apologized for singer urinating on fans.
One more time.
Brass Against apologized for singer urinating on fans' face.
When Morrissey's got to go, Morrissey's got to go.
Brass Against.
It's the name of the band.
It's the name of the band. Maybe they should have been Against Porcelain. Is that Morrissey's
We
band?
think peeing
no,
on our fans.
I don't know. It's
We think
some
we
cover
think
band.
peeing on our fans is the highest form of appreciation we could give them in this non-discriminatory.
They also got sued for
terrible
playing
capitalist
Purple Rain
society.
because of syphilis. It's purple. Okay, what else we got?
What are you snickering at?
Nothing right now.
Cocaine
All right,
haul
okay.
found hidden in onion rings.
Japanese quail
Onion
found
rings,
to be
Dale,
incredibly
skyrocket.
fond of onion rings. Remember that?
Seagull goes on
Because
mad
there was the
rampage.
government study on the effects of cocaine and the promiscuity of Japanese quail.
Yep.
Man, at first I was like, man, it'd be a great time to be a researcher right now. And I was like, man, it'd be great to be a quail.
No, I think you don't think the quail got that cocaine, do you? The researcher used the cocaine to write the study and just
I'm sure
pretended
They stored
that
it
he
in a
gave
little
the-
loop that comes
just
off their
pretended
head.
to
They
give
go-
the quail cocaine.
You imagine the sound of a quail on cocaine? I'd rather
Oh,
hear
it's-
like the
it's
sound
like when
of,
the government
I
gets-
want to hear the sounds of peacocks on cocaine. Because already a peacock
no.
call sounds like a child drowning in a well. Help! 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 That is why
What's
my
that,
name is
Lassie?
Argus, because I'm fond of peacocks because they are the most subgenius of animals. They are loud and they're flamboyant. And they're absolutely, because the effects of cocaine and the promiscuity of peacocks. Ah! Ah! Help! All right, what else we got?
Even with the cocaine, scientists were unable to copulate with the pheasants. I took all the cocaine there was, and I still couldn't catch him. There's barbecue and sweet tea in the
Quails
section.
apologize for urinating on audience. It's the highest form of imitation. Form of imitation.
Yeah, there you go.
Really?
A man threatens the TSA by stripping naked.
Snickers ensued.
That's my favorite part of the week. It's Proving Grounds. Well, kids, you know, it's been one zippity doo
It was
of
nothing to
a
snicker about.
hoo-ha and a hootenanny this week. So I think it's only time that Reverend Pease takes us home. Pease?
Well, children, it's been a wonderful show, and we've enjoyed all of the things that we've learned today about vaccines and COVID-19 and Charlie Chaplin's pornography collection. That was a fun time. And we went on about these subjects for a great deal, but I'm being told that the good parts of the show, for some reason, were not broadcast or recorded. But let me tell you, they were pretty fabulous. We had a bunch of Snickers in the house tonight, and man, it was something. It was nothing to snicker about, let me tell you that. And we learned that Dr. Fox, against his better judgment, is going to do an open night mic and will have an open mind and no longer think of the audience as people who called each other up to watch other people suffer. People go to train wrecks for that. They don't go to comedy clubs. They go to comedy clubs to take away the sad, desperate aspects of their lives that are dragging them down, hoping that just a few Snickers and hanging out with other Snickers will make them feel better for a few moments of their Snickers lives. And Fox is going to try and give that to him. And that's a hats off and an apology to me, the Peas, to you for not doing the same thing because of my cowardly and slovenly ways. This was a pretty good show for a 4th anniversary show, or maybe it wasn't. We'll never really have a 4th anniversary show to compare it to, so we'll never know. It'll just have to be good. We can say it's good, and it is. And we can say it's not, and it won't be. It's whatever you decide. I'm going with good. That's how I sleep at night. And that's your show, kids. It's me, the Peas, your pal, with his pal, Argus Atrocitizers. What did we say it was? No, Argus's Agitators and Fox's Fuckers can write in at any time. And where could they do that, Fox?
Why, you can do it at Hypercube Labs, P.O. Box 4304, Winter Park, Florida, 32793. You can also follow us at www.hypercubego.com. We broadcast
That's our show!
on www.freethinkradio.com. Thanks to Dr. Ellis and Martha Arthur for hosting, all of the Patreon supporters at patreon.com/hypercube. And, yeah, you know, if you're watching on YouTube, make sure to hit that like button. Don't know what that's going to matter anymore, but you should do it anyway and subscribe and help me make money. I'm Dr. Fox, speaking from Hypercube Labs. We'll see you next week for time for the show.
Yo, I'm out, my Snickers. That was the show. And the show was a pretty good show. And I did subscribe. And I listened. And then I said something. And then I repeated myself.